the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we... waiting for, indeed?
I hear there's trouble with you. Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
The lake water doesn't agree with it.
That's one way. That's
Yeah. Of course I will.
Never been to... Old tail falls myself. Never seen.
He's as ragged as...
So Mather's all right.
Yeah. What's the... It's where the... Just... Right, the people asked about...
Oh, Clark!
The papers...
Oh, Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
How are you doing? Quick look. Always something in there.
Once the Dalmegs have laid siege to the Dominion.
Perhaps they're old enough for the sins of Zemeckis. And you say Sid built this place? Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still.
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I am.
Is everything...
Oh, this Mark, you. Oh, sure. You hear that?
It's not the ether.
You... Martin.
Work.
Again.
Old Sid.
That's that. Red clock. Well,
You can leave.
That was the last of the apples. I did head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
She went off.
They like...
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth. Can't imagine Herbalist needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Well,
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Mockery of just...
Quiet, you! Nothing we're like.
Jill.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all.
Of course, your lordship.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small?
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Excuse me, but
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a black shield. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants...
don't they just...
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good... You'd have to be dull as a sack of stone.
Welcome, stranger. I suppose we won't be seeing you again?
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shield. At least I think there was...
Was this the first time they've...
What do you think?
If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a black...
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial...
Don't you go telling these strangers. I speak for the people of this village. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least ask?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but the Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, this village will not become another Eastport.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to death. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them...
Obedience bought.
Are you all right?
We still don't know who the Black Shields...
Well, but other than Martha, a new ally would certainly... Perhaps the next village will yield...
Faster!
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Thanks, Gal. Ever since the apology treatment, we've seen more echoes.
What do you think is waking you? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
This one! It's over!
Let's go. of my mother's men. Come on. Ready, go? Enough of you, are there? Get him! Come on.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrog... to dwell in darkness that...
Say that again. I'll show you a true shot of Rosaria. Tell me what I want and the end will be... Who are you looking for?
Why, your friends have been found. They await you.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them. Here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Run like the wind.
No need to ride from here.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morning, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
You find no succor to the South Travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit.
Yeah!
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough for everything!
Fuck off! Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down with your... Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought... Was that the only way in?
Officially, yeah. My uncle went... to Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a the Black Shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Duke's son. What is it you require? As you wish, my lord. I will be here should you need aught else.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements. This will allow us to wage battle. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small...
How small exactly?
Small enough. Now that I have you and Lady Jill...
But until we arrive there...
So wait. The bearers...
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you. There is but one putting an end.
And so...
Blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Run like the wind.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now?
We bear a message for the Vicereine.
Ha! You, that a pair of could guard aught. Die along... For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I don't see...
It did. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards. Perhaps this will be it.
Perhaps. Though I doubt she'll move swiftly.
And then it will all be... I often wonder if the nation we want her fields rot. We battled, yet be that... For as long as the... And her loyal...
So wait.
Think we should fall back to port a sound strap.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades in...
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first, and had I known of this tunnel...
I suppose a formal request...
And appearance... Were the Vice-Regency to catch... Where he would be of no use, and so, though it sickens him to the soul... It is why...
Then I will have to think of a way...
I might have something which... It's the mark of...
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you...
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. All right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. A mere needs to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
So, the up is the one of the. Oh, do. That all, is it?
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Ah, well. You're using even if they were.
Do
no,
think.
Stay sharp. We don't know when those bastards will be back. We do know one thing.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Ready, go?
Yeah!
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad.
Did you?
I did it.
Marvelous! Let's.
You.
I grab it. I see.
Right.
How did we never hear?
There are new
of
billets
these
being
Guardians of the
posted
Flame?
every day.
Same way they never heard.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
clock.
I'm thinking.
But if...
Oh, now, wait.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Oh, good. I can't
Too late.
Oh, that's right.
Karen, anyway, there, you go.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a...
Blackthorn, something if he... Oh, he says he's too glad. Karen, Black...
And it's
through.
You don't...
I don't. It up
Here! Thank you. So, it's...
I'll let one.
Good idea.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame? What about the curse? Can't you use a crystal instead?
I'll be fine. Besides,
time to fight. Don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Straight home now. Something there? Boy. Could that be our man? You, well,
then your fault, isn't
You should...
And
What is it?
treat me. Well,
In there.
right.
Will do. Hopefully this will...
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find...
And you. He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer.
Yeah? Here.
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many level turns that are.
Tell me...
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Still, I'm glad you found him.
That was the idea. Clive's on.
It's good to have...
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a... I reckon anyway.
Looks like we won't be...
I wouldn't have been... Right, thanks, Clive.
What do you need? What do you want?